3, 2, 1, go!
The Magnificent Seven is interesting. I mean, it's a remake of the film that came out in 1960 of the same name, which is also a remake/reimagining of the movie The Seven Samurai. It's also interesting because westerns are not mainstream films anymore. It seems like now we only get a mainstream western every 5 years or so. I mean, the last one that I can recall is True Grit, and that came out in 2010. I mean, can you think of a western that came out in the last year or so? That doesn't count! I must say, though, that I'm not surprised at all that this movie got remade because it has the simplest story that a western uses ever. A small town is being attacked by bad men. The townsfolk appeal to a small group of talented gunslingers, or in this case, a gun, arrow, knife, axe, and, card slinger to help them beat off the bad men. Now, while the story is very simple, I think it makes up for it by having a very likable cast. I mean, of course, Denzel Washington is great as always, and you know what? I think that his character doesn't really have a lot to him, but I think he adds to it just in the way he plays him. But I think the people who have the most fun with their characters are Chris Pratt and Vincent D'Onofrio. That's right, Star-Lord and the Kingpin are in this movie. Pratt once again shows that he has range with this role. I mean, sure, he's the humorous character like in the past, and the heroic character like he's played before, but this is a little bit different because since this is a western, his humor has a more deadly edge to it, considering the fact that when he jokes he's gonna kill you, he's not really joking. Vincent D'Onofrio, on the other hand, had such an interesting performance. He plays this tracker with a very high-pitched voice, and it caught me off guard at first. I didn't know what to think of it, but it really gave me this feeling like his character was just a man on the edge of sanity. I mean, with some of these others, you wonder, why would they really be willing to risk their lives for these town people that they've never met? But I've never really felt that way for his character, as he felt like he was okay with dying as long as it was for a good cause. I think the biggest difference you can see between the original and the remake is the diversity. I mean, here's the photo of the original cast, and now let's look at the remake. The only diversity the original had was that one of them was bald. However, in some ways, it does feel like they're going through a checklist. Alright, so we've changed the main character from white to black, so what else can we get? Well, it's a western, so we can get a Native American in there, and, we can get a Mexican in there, no problem, and, we could get an Asian in there as well, and, okay, the rest can be white. Oh, and make sure we throw in a woman there, as, and give her something to do. We wouldn't want to be called sexist now. However, that isn't really a bad thing. I actually applaud the film for trying to appeal to everyone they can while also making these characters fit in as naturally as possible. I think the movie's only failing is the fact that if you've seen a western before, this film doesn't really do a lot to change the formula beyond making it more diverse. So if you don't like westerns or you're looking for something new, you aren't really going to find a whole lot to enjoy here. But throughout the film, I had many times when I was thinking, oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. Hey, that was funny. So I enjoyed myself with the film. I think that if you're just going to see it, I would wait for a matinee showing. It's just a little fun film with lots of good action, funny moments, great cast, and overall, a good time. The only thing that holds the movie back is a cookie-cutter plot and the typical bad guy. If I hadn't seen this story before, I might love it, but since I have, I just like it. So in the end, I'm giving The Magnificent Seven a 6 out of 10. It's an above-average film. The movie may not be magnificent per se, but the above-average 7 doesn't really have the same ring to it. P.S. When the original movie's theme song started playing at the end credits, am I the only one who said, hey, if you can use one of the greatest theme songs ever in your film, why aren't you using it throughout the film and just in the end credits? I mean, heck, the theme's so good that I used it for my theme song for Animated Look Back for many years, and I hadn't even seen the original movie at the time.